What's up guys, MikeCoco back here, bringing you guys a new video on the grand update that we received I think yesterday or the day before. Now this is actually a huge update and you can already tell by the UI change. So in this video I'm probably going to go through the UI change and then go into Mythic Descent a little bit more specifically in another video, because there's actually been a lot of changes. So the first thing, I'm probably going to go chronological order in the patch notes. So they start off with the new event. So right now there's an event where if you create a new character, you will get the main hero at level 70, I believe, at season 4. So you start at season 4 level 70 right off the bat, so you don't have to start off at level 1 season 1. And you also get 8 legendary rank A heroes. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Now this is actually a pretty decent package for logging in or creating a new account, because you can pull some decent legends. On my Kalo account, I think I got Anak, Amos, Claire, Pram, Jury, and like some other Neff, I think. And that team was already better than my global Legion team, so it was kind of surprising there. But it's a perfect time to make an alt if you don't already have one right now, so I would suggest you guys go and do that. Current players like you and me, hopefully, we get 8 legendary tickets and I think 45 legendary rank 4 chests, which is, not bad. One would expect we would get rank 5 chests, but you know what, it's free stuff and we can't really complain about it. So the next thing is the UI. You can tell right off the bat, this is the new lobby. So this is what happens when you log in into the game. You don't get into the world anymore, but you can still get or go into the world by clicking world map. And I don't know why that's 152%, but whatever. That's how you go into the map and into the real world. Then you can move around the map using this map feature. So that's how it works for now. There's probably another way to get into the world map or into the world. I haven't figured it out yet, so I'm not at the position to speak about that. So we have another event as well, and here there's actually a few ways to get to the events tab. Right now you can go there via let's see, menu, and then it's here, events. You can go in here, this is the event, or you can go into the world, and here is also the event tab. So this is actually a new event. You just log in for a few days, and at the 7th day you can get a mythic ticket. Now this is the mythic version of a legendary hero. It's not a mythic hero like Remy or Rag or War God Taihu or whatever. They've actually reached or changed the name of those myth heroes to myth season. So instead of calling them like season 5 myth, they're actually just called myth season, to differentiate between mythic heroes and like the true mythic heroes. I guess you can call it that. So that's and a new event right now. The next thing I want to go into is the achievements. So right now, when you log in, depending on your level, you'll be at a certain achievement level already, and you can later increase this level by gaining achievement EXP. And each level contributes 1 achievement point, and you can use that point to max out a certain passive bonus, and this bonus occurs on your entire account, not on a single hero. So right now I have, I think it's 40% extra EXP. Now note, these ones don't stack, so because I have 30, 30, and 40, it doesn't mean I have 100% EXP. I don't believe that is true, because right now I think I'm getting the 50% from the event bonus. Whoops. I'm getting the 50% from the event bonus, and I'm getting the 40% from the achievement right here. So these don't stack. The highest one that you have will be in effect. Now you can see there's the gold boost and there's the item drop rate boost. Now you can actually, like, once you gain a skill, you can upgrade it, but you can also reset if you make a wrong choice. It only costs 500 dragonhearts, which I'll go into a little bit later. But this is the material for Mythic Descent. But anyway, the reason why I don't recommend going into item drop rate is because we don't actually know what this does. We don't know what item it drops or what increases. So there's a picture of a chest here, so it could mean that like the equipment chest drop rate increases, but that might not be preferable if you're farming for tickets or if you're farming for runes. So this I wouldn't recommend um, upgrading this skill until we know exactly what this does. I would focus on EXP or gold depending on which one you need more. Um, but yeah, so that's pretty much it for the achievements. Now to gain the achievement EXP, like I said earlier, you need to go to here, which is the missions, and there are a bunch of missions you can do to gain EXP. These are the ones that I've already completed, and there's some more here. At the end, you have I think it's a Mythic Gareth waiting for you, and there's also like these daily quests or missions. They provide you with achievement EXP and some legendary essence. The weekly changes. This is another change. Chaos Abyss has been changed to become weekly instead of monthly. So that's something else that's been added. Now there's also I think the rune reinforcement event is back. So this is the third time. So this is when I start recommending you guys to save your resources specifically for these events. So now if you go to Rita, and this is again another change, you don't actually have to walk to Rita anymore. Her interface will just pop up and you can just reinforce from here. Yeah, so the reinforcement rate is increased. I don't know if it's doubled, but it is increased, so that's very nice. And alongside that, Rita is also back in the hideout with an extra bonus. So Rita in the hideout gains the effect of regular Rita, which has the increased reinforcement rate, but she also has an additional effect in which she can increase the success rate by 3% every time you fail. So let me see if I can show you guys. Let's see. Okay, so this sword I failed I think a few times already, and it took the base success rate and they added 3% of it each time it fails. So right now I'm at 2.31 additional success rate, so add that on top of my current success rate of 38%. So each time you fail, it'll add 3% success rate, or 3% of the success rate to your success rate. So it's like 3% of this, and then add that. So it's kind of a little bit confusing, but the good thing is that Rita's back to the hideout. So this is a really great time to go back into the hideout or join a guild if you haven't already found one, because the bonuses are actually quite nice, and it's worth aiming for. And speaking of events, we also have, as you saw before, the extra EXP. Actually, I'm not sure why I can't see it from here, but there's extra EXP, 50% EXP, and 30% more gold. And right now, for I think 2 weeks, or is it a week or 2 weeks? Alright, wait, it's almost, actually no, it's almost for a month. For almost an entire month, you get double rewards in Explore. And this is where you get the Mythic Descent material, but I'll probably go into this a little bit later. Simply because there's actually so much other stuff to go talk about before we go into Mythic, because Mythic Descent is actually a huge topic, and there's a lot of stuff to talk about there. So, besides Mythic Descent, we have a few changes. Now, Tower has been changed a little bit. So, as you guys already heard from the preview of the Grand Update, they changed Tower so that you get these rank 6 gold tickets instead of the original gold tickets of random season. Now the quantity is only 1, so you only get 1 of these, which is kind of disappointing considering the drop rate is not that great. And on certain floors, you'll have a drop of what is it? The rank 6 gold ticket and a rank 6 silver ticket. So if you're just going for legendary essence, those floors are nice because you have 2 out of 4 chances of getting legendary essence. However, the floors where they have equipment, whoops, I did not mean to go in. But the floors that have equipment chests, they only have a 1 out of 4 success rate of getting those tickets. Now, since I'm already in the screen, I might as well show you guys a new setup or preset. So this is where you can set up different tower formations for basically different things. So if I want to power through tower, I'm going to obviously use my strongest setup, which is, let's call it number 1. If I want to fodder, I'll use setup number 2 and have 3 positions for fodder, and setup number 3 or setup number 4. So you can set up all of these presets very nicely. You can also do that via the formation info here, and you can change it. So you can do deploy, you can change mythic, you can change chaos, whatever you want. You can even do mines, which is very nice because it now allows you to quick send, so you can set an immediate formation which is very nice. And while we're in formation, the hero combos has also been changed a little bit. Basically, when you have the required heroes, you get the combo like usual. But if you're missing a few heroes, you still get the combo, but you get fewer, like less bonuses. They haven't stated how much fewer bonuses you'll get. Like, is it minus 10%, minus 25%? They haven't said that directly. So maybe we'll have to test to figure it out. But it does mean that, you know, if you're going for a 4 hero combo and you only have 3 of the 4, but you still want to use it, it still might be decent. It might still be better than a 3 hero combo, so who knows, you can try that out. And while I'm on the topic of that, back to tower actually. The tower floors, everything has been reset, so in order to get to hard mode tower, you actually have to complete hard mode or normal tower level 100, which is a fairly simple task if you already unlocked hard mode tower before. It's not ridiculously hard, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the hard mode tower. That's all you need to know. Now, VIP has also been changed a little bit, so in the sense that VIP level 1, or pretty much all VIP levels, gain a few extra bonuses. So first off, Tower of Chaos, as if you saw it before, the repeat battle has been upped from 5 to 10. Now this is base for everybody. You could be VIP level 0 and you will have 10 repeat battles minimum. Right now, level 1 gets you plus 3, so that's why I have 13 repeat battles. And you also get, at VIP level 1, they have added a retry option for Explore and Phase Rift, plus 1. Bounty Hunt, they added a plus 1, so you can probably, I think that means you can redo Bounty Hunt. And Chrono Store, you get 1 free refresh. I am assuming this is like every day. And lastly, you get 13 bonus, like 2 times 13 times bonus reward. That's kind of hard to word. So to describe that a little bit more easily, so let's say I go into tower, any tower, either hard mode or normal mode, and there's key bonus rewards of runestone, right? And suppose I flip a card and I get runestone times 60. Now, if you take a look at the counter up here, it says retrieve bonus reward. This means that for 13 rounds, I can get double reward for whatever card I flip. So if I flip runestone times 60 and this is still active, like I still have 13 out of 13 try to get 2 times the whatever reward, I'll get 120 runestones. And this also works for things like tickets. If I have, well, that's a bad example. Where is the ticket floor though? Okay, so here if it says quantity 1, right? Now when I go into tower and my bonus reward is active, then if I land on the gold ticket, I'll actually get 2 tickets instead of 1. And similarly for golden chest, you'll get 2 chests instead of 1. And gold, you have double gold. So this is a pretty decent feature. I'm not sure if VIP level 0 gets it. It doesn't say, it doesn't give any info for VIP level 0, so hopefully they get something because it would be nice. But at least they buffed, or they upped the minimum battle count, which is pretty decent. So now that we've gone through tower quests, we have new quests actually, starting at chapter 4-2. I doubt a lot of people are going to go through this very quickly because most people are focusing on Mythic Descent right now and farming Mythic materials. So there's that. Phase Rift and Bounty Hunt and Mythic Grade have all been changed. Phase Rift, just a minor part. They changed the catalyst to Spiritual Elemental Stone, and you need this to reinforce rings past level 15, or no, to get them from rank 5 to 6, rank 5 to rank 6, 4 to 5, and so on and so forth. The rings, actually, I don't recommend ranking them up because the rings, most people use rings for their active inscription, and when you drop when you rank them up, you lose the active level decreases by 2, so there's not a huge point into ranking them up. So I probably wouldn't recommend ranking up those rings, especially if at level 10. That's going to be very sad once you level it up and it'll drop to 8, because you go from 100% chance of activation to like 80%, which is still good, but it just feels a little bit bad in my opinion. Bounty Hunt, they also added another difficulty level. Now this time it's called Legend, and it's actually fairly hard. The way Legend works is that they make all the bosses immune to controls such as bewitches, silences, and stuns. So if you are very reliant on those controlling moves, in hell mode to succeed. Legend will give you a very tough time. I highly recommend bringing in multiple debuffers, specifically attack debuffers. And for some floors, like yesterday's Nos, I think that was one of the bounty hunts. The healing debuffs were really dangerous because two of them they stack, and once you get hit by two of them, you can't heal at all. So maybe try bringing in a cleanser as well. So yeah, the new bounty hunt is pretty hard, but the reward is pretty decent because you get rank 5 or level 5 chest, and you can have the potential of getting rank 6 legendary equipment, which is the new tier. And speaking of that, we'll go into Infinite Battle. They've also changed the rewards to Infinite Battle. No longer is it Bravery Medal level 2, it is now Bravery Medal level 3. And you can exchange all of this at Camillin. I'm not sure how much it is actually, but we can find it really quick here. So it's so it's 8,000 for rank 5 equipment, which is quite a bit, but you know, it's better than pretty much everything else that you can get, except for this. You can get a rank 5 legendary ring, which is also nice. And speaking of exchanging equipment, you can also get new mythic medals from Mythic Grade. They drop Mythic Medal level 2, and you can use this to purchase Mythic 5 equipment. I wouldn't recommend getting Legendary 5 because you can get this from Bravery Medal level 3 already, so there's no point wasting Mythic medals. But yeah, this now drops in Mythic mode of Mythic Grade, so try to aim for that. And you can also exchange those Proof of Myths and Black Dragon Force for gold. Now, the reason why this option is available is because every week when you're fighting the hard and easy mode, you get a bunch of these materials, right? They're actually needed to upgrade the ring, but once you're done upgrading the ring, the quest is no longer there, so you have no purpose of this stuff. Specifically, the Proof of Myth might be useful still, but these aren't actually that useful, so you can exchange them for gold, which is nice. It's not like a huge thing, but you know, it does something. So there's that. And they also changed a little bit of the UI for Premium Hire. You can now access it via that button, and that's where you do the Premium Hire. You can also hire from here, as well as going into your regular tab and hiring from here. So both of them work. And I think that's pretty much it for most of the update. I think I'm missing something. I'm fairly sure I'm missing something. Right, the new weapons. So I don't think this was actually mentioned in the patch notes, but the new weapons actually have very strange, well, I should say strange because they're pretty good. They have new inscriptions, basically. So right now they removed all the old inscriptions still exist, but all new drops, the inscriptions are either Holy, which is HP up, Enduring, which is defense, Berserker, and another one, I actually can't remember. But they added a new inscription, Berserkerly, right? And this Berserker inscription is actually very good because it grants a chance to increase attack by 250 or 200%, and increases weapon activation chance by 2.5%. So this makes it a very good candidate for someone like Arthur who needs their weapons active inscription to activate. But it also increases the damage for all the heroes because this is a base 200% attack increase. So once you get this level 10, whenever you get hit, you always have 2 times attack, which is very, very powerful. So this makes regular equipment, so non-legendary, non-mythic equipment, actually useful again. So I have a feeling we'll be seeing a lot more different combinations for equipment. I am working on the equipment guide. Now that the rune reinforcement event is back, I can actually reinforce everything to the same level and then give you a more accurate guide. But I am working on that. And similarly, the weapons have also been changed. The old inscriptions are still in effect. For example, befouled. You can't get this inscription anymore. They're now all either massive or like frenzied or enraged. I'm not sure if I have an enraged. Yeah, there's an enraged. This one steals some fury and does damage. Let's see. Frenzied increases attack. And I think the last one is this one. Purifying. This one is the most interesting. Damages for 200% attack in a 3x3 and dispels debuffs in a 3x3. Now the reason why this one is so important is because this inscription basically takes care of someone like Amos. You no longer need Amos or any one-turn cleanser. Obviously Remy is a two-turn cleanser, so you still kind of need her. But this is now a zero fury Amos, because you don't need to spend 300 fury to activate a cleanse when you can just attack with a normal attack and debuff all your allies in a 3x3. And because of the new era rings, the veiled enmity rings, you can now combine this. And actually, I'm going to use this on Ella just to show you guys what happens. So on my Ella, you can have this ring, or actually, wait, is this the wrong ring? This ring, sorry. I haven't changed my equipment yet. This ring. So this ring allows her to become immune every time she gets attacked. Level 10 means 100% activation chance. So whenever she gets attacked, she's going to be immune. And then if I set her initiative to 0, I can get this axe to always activate, which means that she's going to be cleansing every single turn. So this is a zero fury Amos. In this way, you never need Amos again, and you can free up another hero. Because again, Amos is not even that great because he's actually very squishy. But because Ella is a melee user, she has pretty decent defense and HP for a melee hero, so she can tank longer than Amos and provide the same effect as Amos at zero fury cost. Now obviously you can't use her skill anymore, but because Ella's skill is not that great anymore because of all the crowd control immune bosses, especially now in things like Bounty Hunt Legend, her skill is not even that great anymore, so you might as well just outfit her with these, or this axe, or whatever weapon with this purifying inscription, and give her a level 10 ring, and she'll always just be your main cleanse person, hero, whatever you want to call it. So that's a really great strategy, I think. I've yet to try it out because I've actually just obtained that axe, I think, like yesterday, so I haven't had a lot of time to see if it works, but I have a feeling it will. So that's pretty decent. And after that, I'm looking at the patch notes right now. It seems like that's most of the stuff, aside from Mythic Descent. I haven't gone into that yet. Oh, they also changed some of the heroes' skills. I'll probably go through this really quickly. But basically, Remy's skill now decreased from 300 fury to 200 fury, which makes her even more powerful. A lot of Season 1 heroes are now able to become legendary. So for example, let's see, Melissa. She wasn't able she wasn't what is it? What's that word? I don't know. She wasn't able to become a legendary hero before, but now she can. Although her skill is still not that great. The most interesting one, I think, is actually Khalid, because his skill was decreased by 100 in fury cost. So now he's almost equivalent to Husky. He's a 100 fury single target fury thief, and you can make him legendary. So I would highly advise trying to get him as legendary. In one of the missions, you can also choose between 3 heroes, I think, to get tickets, and I would recommend getting 6-star Khalid because you need that for Legendary Descent. So definitely great in Mythic Grade. Probably still not that great in PvP because his skill is just Fury Thief, which is not that important in PvP. But I mean, in Mythic Grade, it probably makes a huge difference. And some other heroes, their skills were changed. For example, I think Gwyn was also changed. Her skill cost is now 200 Fury instead of 300. And this, okay, the skill itself wasn't actually changed. Although I'm not unsure if it still removes friendly buffs, because before Gwyn's buff, it also removed self buffs. For example, any crit or attack buffs. If you casted Gwyn's skill, it would remove that. Ione, whatever. Her skill also becomes, or she becomes legendary as well. So a bunch of heroes can now become legendary, and I think that's it. They've also changed the way they calculated power. That's why a lot of the heroes have like super high power. It still doesn't reflect true power because it's still biased towards like your defensive setup. So the number increased, but it doesn't really mean anything because they just changed the way they described it. And now there's also this new tab that says critical damage, which indicates the critical damage. it's not like a percentage or anything, so I'm not sure what this actually means. Does it mean like this is 200%? Like her crits will be 225% of a regular non-crit move? I think that's what it means, but I'm not sure exactly what it means. But yeah, I don't know why they added this without giving us more info on it. And since we're already here, the costumes can now be hidden. So right now, I actually have Skater Girl's costume applied, but I just hid it away. And you still get the bonus effects and the skill of the costume. That's why you can see the lobster storm effect. I mentioned this with the costume update, but now it is finally here. So you can go and get rid of some ugly costumes if you don't like them. So there's that, and I believe that is it. Oh wait, no, I haven't addressed Mythic Grade yet. So they said they changed Mythic Grade a little bit, but it seems like it's still a bug. They said that they removed rounds 1 to 5 in Mythic Grade, so you no longer have to, or not wait, but play the first 5 rounds where the boss hasn't transformed yet. But when you enter Mythic Grade, the 1 to 5 rounds are still there, so I'm not sure if they just haven't implemented it and they just said they did, or if this is how it's supposed to be. But regardless, they didn't fix it or they didn't change it, so I'm not sure what they did with it. So a little bit confusing. No idea what's going on right now. And I think that is pretty much it. They also changed the chat, but it looks pretty ugly. I mean, when I first saw it, I didn't really like it that much. I mean, I like the fact that you can minimize it now, which is great, and just like move it anywhere. But I don't like how it's designed. The UI, like, it just doesn't look as pretty as it was before. And even with this, because you can now actually like move the window in different areas, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like what are you gonna do when it's over here, right? Like you can't really see much stuff on your left side, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense for it to be movable. So I'm not sure why they did that. It's a little bit weird. I prefer the old one. I think most of my guild also prefers the old version of the chat. So there's that, and I've already said this a lot of times, but I think that's actually it. That's pretty much it for this update, except for Mythic Descent. Now, I might go through this a little bit in this video, just to generalize what's going on. So basically, to get a hero to Mythic, you have to have this material called Dragonheart. So let's say I want to make Lucida Mythic. You need, wait, no, that's not the right place, right? Is that? No, that's not the right place. You need to go to this one, Hero Descent, Mythic Descent, and then select the base hero. Let's say I want Lucida to become a Mythic hero. I need 2.9k Dragonheart, and I also need 3.4k Legendary Essence. And that will turn her into a Mythic Lucida. Now, note that the rank still stays the same. Like a rank A Nikki will still stay as a rank A Nikki. And these Elixirs of Descent, actually now I believe they reset the descent time for both Legendary Descent and Mythic Descent. So if you time it right, you can possibly get 2 in a row, because you'll reset Elixir, or reset the time for Legendary and Mythic. And to gain these Dragon Hearts, you need to fight Explorer, and I'll go through this in a different video, because this video has actually been really long, and Explorer is actually very interesting. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the grand update. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.